Yo bro, welcome back to Gym Tan Beef. Today's video is about having a reason and a purpose to work out. Now this is something each one of you guys have, whether you realize it or not. There's some underlying reason why you're in the gym, why you wake up, why you get yourself to the gym. There's some underlying desire that you're trying to achieve. Now with most guys, that starts off with just trying to get girls. At least that's where I started off. And I would say that I naturally loved lifting weights, not only for just the sport of competition, but just for the process of it, because I've never done anything in my life up to that point where you can just do something that solely relies on you. Because when I was in mid school, I ran track, I played basketball, I played football. When you play those team sports, you're always relying on someone else. Like if your quarterback makes a bad pass and you don't catch it, that's not your fault, you know? That's the quarterback's fault. When it comes to weightlifting, if you don't get the weight up, that's your fault. You didn't eat right, you didn't train right, you didn't sleep enough. It all comes back to you. You could have done more. Or maybe you're just not that guy. Maybe you're just not that guy who can lift that weight. And to make sure I was the only one responsible for my results. Now, this quickly turned into girls because I think we only work out like in summer football for maybe the first 3 months before school. But then I came into high school, and of course, I'm one of the bigger guys in high school, and all the girls are gonna notice, especially at that age. Like, that's what girls are looking for, like the big muscular jocks. So of course they were all noticing, and of course this is all releasing dopamine in my young mind. Like all these girls are saying, oh, you look so much bigger than last year, you have so much more muscle. Like all the girls would tell you this. Like, you know how girls are in high school, like they'll openly flirt with you and tell you stuff like this. So quickly that did become my reason why I was working out. Like I will say, like, I did want to be the strongest on the football team. I wanted to be the fastest on the track team. I wanted to throw the javelin the furthest. Like that was a good benefit, but that was just secondary to girls. Like, and that's just, I think, with any guy. Like, what's the greatest motivation in any guy's life? It's to create new life. And the only way you're going to do that is if you find a partner. So that's why, like, girls are such a motivation for guys. And a lot of guys will tell you that you should only work out for yourself. But honestly, I think when you're young and you have a lot of drive and you have that like primal urge to like find a mate and to look good for girls, you should use that to your advantage. But the thing is you should learn how to overcome that, because it's not going to last forever. And that's what I ran into. Just not being able to stay consistent and not being able to achieve my physique goals because I didn't have that underlying motivation. I didn't have that underlying reason. So that's what this video is for, is to talk about those different reasons and how they've changed throughout my life. Because I'm 29 now, and obviously I started in high school with girls, and I would say girls lasted from literally high school until I met my wife. That was literally like about 6 years. So 6 years of lifting just for girls. And I think that was great motivation. Like, you guys know when you go in the gym and there's a hot girl there, or there's your gym crush there, you have so much more motivation to throw on an extra plate, to get an extra rep in. Hell, even to be there like an extra hour. Like, I know exactly where you guys are at. Like, but you should use this as motivation. You should use this as power. But the thing is, what happens when you lose that motivation? Because that's exactly what happened to me. Because I did meet my wife. Now, when I met my wife at first, I did have the mentality of like, okay, I'm going to stay fit for my partner. Because that's just something me and my wife always agreed on, is that we would always take care of each other. But when we first started dating, you guys know how dating is. You don't know if it's going to last. It's not like a solid marriage proposal. So I know a lot of people in relationships will get fat. But back in college, I did let myself go during a relationship. So I promised that I would never do that again. And that's what I promised my current wife, is I would never let myself go, like out of respect to her. Now, of course, it's easier to do this when you're dating because you don't have that promise of that she's going to be there forever, right? So you're going to be a lot more cognizant about what you're eating, about how many times you're going to the gym. You're just going to have more of a reason to go to the gym. Like, she still has the option to leave you, is what I'm saying, I guess. She still has that option of like, well, he's not my husband. If he's a fat fuck, I can always leave. And that can always sit in the back of your mind, like before you're married. But then, me and my wife, well, you see where this goes. We got married. And now for the first year, I would say I had the same mentality of like, out of respect to her, I'm gonna stay in shape. But over that year, that reason quickly started to dwindle. And this wasn't even like consciously. I realized like after journaling, this was all subconsciously. And you guys know that women really don't care about like how big you are, how muscular you are, how shredded you are. They really just care like, do you have a decent face and can you make them laugh? That's basically the basics of what you need to get a girl, like a decent face card and can you make them laugh? And I really got to experience this firsthand because I did get fat. Like this was me here. I got this fat. I let myself go that much. And that was just from working a 9 to 5. I got too caught up in work. I used the excuse of I'm too busy to work out. I'm too busy to eat healthy food. So therefore, I was going out, drinking on the weekends, eating fast food. Like after work, I didn't have my meal prep. So what's the easiest thing to do? Go get fast food, go to a restaurant. And I was a realtor, so I was always taking people on lunch, and you're always going out to lunch as a realtor. They're always bringing lunch in, feeding you. It's just like such a bad job when it comes to health. But at the end of the day, I got fat. Now, I was able to make a transformation. So this is what I looked like when I was fat. And then I came up with my Gym Tan Beef blueprint and I was able to transform to this. So you can see the difference there. But what I didn't realize is that I wasn't out of the woods yet. I still had something in the back of my mind, but this time it was telling me that my wife will love me no matter what because I got fat. You guys saw how fat I was. I literally did it. Like I got so fat. And you guys see this all the time. You'll see like these skinny girls with these fat out of shape guys. And you're like, how the hell does that work? Like what's going on there? And at the end of the day, like I said, girls just want you to have a nice face and make them laugh. Girls are a lot less shallow than men. Men are very visual. That's just how we're made. Like the first thing you do when you size up a woman is you're looking at her. You're going visually. Girls, maybe they'll do that a bit, but they're mainly going to go off your personality and maybe more of your aura, like how much confidence you have, how you're carrying yourself, how you're talking to others around you. That's what girls are going to recognize. Things like social cues and your confidence. Whereas guys, we just care if the chick's hot, right? And this just sat in the back of my mind, this thought that, well, my wife will love me no matter what. And it's true. She will. She'll love me no matter what. You saw how fat I was in those transformation pictures. I was fucking fat. Like, especially what I transformed into. Like, it was a brutal difference. Like, I don't know. Guys are shallow. Could you like deal with your girl if she just gained 50 pounds? Ultimately, what this subconscious thought of my wife will always love me no matter if I'm fat turned into was me yo-yo dieting, because I would have this like really extreme motivation when I would start like working out or start a cut, start a bulk. I would say more starting a cut. Like a bulk was easy. Like actually this year I failed 2 cuts. 2 cuts I failed this year. And that's why I'm making this videos, because I literally had to journal to like find a new reason why, or find out a reason why I wasn't able to actually have a successful cut like I did when I had the first Gym Tan Beef transformation. Like, why is it so much harder for me to get in the best shape of my life this time around? And like I said, I realized that I needed a new reason to go to the gym. And this is fine because you don't want to be a 40-year-old guy going to the gym trying to look for a chick. Like your reason needs to evolve. Like you want to evolve your reason, especially if you want to have a family, if you want to have kids. Like you need your reason to evolve. You don't want to be that dad at the gym who's like talking to other chicks and like has a family at home, right? We want to be good fathers. And now I'm going to share a little more with you about how I was yo-yo dieting all through this year, basically. So at the start of this year, we moved to Costa Rica. I did a bulk, and then I did a shred before we went to Europe. And it was a good shred, but I wanted to get more shredded. Like the point was, first we went to Germany, and then we went to Spain. So my goal was to be absolutely diced on the beaches of Spain. And it just didn't happen. And I wasn't fat. This is a picture of me here. Like I'm not fat, but I'm also not in the best shape of my life. So you can see the difference between these two pictures here, right? Now, most people might be happy with this picture, but I wasn't. I wanted to get to this because I could see what my body has achieved before and I want to get there again. But I needed a new reason to drive me there, and that was all missing. It just was so much harder to fall back into old habits or just to not be as dialed in and not take my training as serious. Like, literally, this whole summer, I was kind of just bullshitting my workouts. Like, after my bulk, during my cut, I was just kind of like making up my workouts, walking into the gym, do this exercise, do that exercise, stay an hour and 30 minutes, like really no plan. Like now, if you saw my past video, I literally have a whole meal plan, a whole workout plan. Like this is how I made my first gym tan beef transformation. So I have to go back to old habits. Like when I made my first original transformation, like the one I showed you here, this transformation was built on a meal plan and a workout plan. Like if you want to look 10 times better than everyone else, you're going to have to do something that they're not willing to do. And a lot of people will tell you these days that you shouldn't have to count your macros, you shouldn't have to count your calories. But the thing is, those guys are just like average looking dudes. Like if you want to look like an average looking, like athletic skinny dude, then yeah, just eat whole foods, you'll be fine. But if you want to like put on some muscle, if you want to bodybuild and build your physique like a statue, then you're going to have to track stuff. That's just how the world works. I know a lot of you guys do this. You go on like car websites and you design a car, because I do it all the time too. Let's say you go on Lamborghini and you're picking out your car. You're not just going to go, I want this, I want that, I want this. You're going to know, I want this, and you're going to read through all the descriptions of each of the specs that they're adding onto the car. You're going to read through each one, get all the details. You're going to be so excited. Like you're going to read into each one of those details. You're going to get your car dialed in. But why is your body any different? Like your body is your meat vehicle. It should be way more important than a car. Like why don't you want to know how much protein you're eating every day? Why don't you want to know the micro and macronutrients that's going into your body? Like I love just on my like food counting app, just seeing like the micronutrients. Like, oh, I got enough potassium today. I got enough vitamin A. I mainly get all my micronutrients through organ meat, so it's just cool to see like how much vitamins I get every day, how much I'm vitamin maxing, you know? It's cool to see those inputs in real life, especially if you're like trying to lose weight or you're trying to get in shape. You're not going to notice the difference right away in the mirror, so you're going to need like some sort of input, you know? So you know at the end of the day, if you tracked your food, if you stayed under your calories, if you got your protein in, you know eventually if you do that for a month, you're going to get in shape. Like it's literally impossible not to. Like if you track your calories, get your protein in, there's no way you won't get jacked and shredded. But it's because you have to have those inputs, because you're not going to see that like visual progress. I'm sure all of us have done this. You start your diet the first day and you wake up hungry the next day, and then you go look in the mirror. You're like, did I lose weight? And you're like, nope, I just look the same, but now I'm hungry. And that brings us here to today, where I'm in the middle of another cut. Let's see if the shreds are coming in. I still got a good amount of body fat, but I put on a good amount of size during the bulk. So that is a plus. I put on a good amount of muscle during those failed bulks. So I am feeling good about that, but this time I'm for sure getting shredded. Now, what is my reason going to be to get in the best shape of my life this time? It has to be my future kids, because I do want to be a father, but it's hard because I don't have the kids right in front of me yet. Or like me and my wife aren't really, well, we have planned kids. We've talked about it. We have like a timeline, but it's not like we're actively like trying. So it's a lot less like tangible, a lot less real. And now like compare this again to when I first started lifting, or maybe you're lifting for girls right now, just like when I started lifting. Like that's so much more tangible, because like you're single, you're going on Hinge, you're walking around the gym looking big. Like you get that dopamine release every day. And I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Like this is something that has been challenging to me, finding this new purpose and really like trying to be like sit with it mentally and like intentionally try and build on it. And that's what I have to work on the most, is the intentionality. When I go in the gym, I have to have that purpose of going in there for my future family, for my future kids. Like just think about it. If you're that dad who's fucking jacked and all the other dads are fat and out of shape, can't even walk upstairs without losing their breath, like you're gonna be such a fucking boss, and your kids are gonna be so much more proud of you compared to these other fat fat beta dads around you. And this is what I'm using as motivation to drive me forward now. But it's again, it's just so much harder because it's just not that like primal urge of like getting a woman and being able to like create new life. But I guess at the end of the day, it is to create life and to be the ultimate example for life. Like I literally talk out like my thinking process with you guys on here sometimes. Like I journal and then I think it out on camera with you. So that's like a perfect revelation, is that it's the ultimate form of the original. It's the ultimate form of the original. Getting a girl is now having kids and being the best example for them, because ultimately that's what your natural biology is trying to tell you when you're first lifting, is like, hey, go attract a mate so I can have kids, so I can spread my seed. That's the natural biology. So that's how I need to be looking at it, and that's how you need to be looking at it from here on out. That was just an amazing revelation we had together. And see, that's why I stand by journaling, is because I got my thoughts off on here, I'm thinking them out on camera, like out loud, and then I just made that realization. Like literally, I'm gonna use that tomorrow. Like that's gonna be like my new motto. I might even make like a new reel about that. That's like genius insight right there. I'm just like on the 2.0 level of where I was originally at. I just have to like change my mindset into basically maturing and just being like more of a man, just being a good example and leading a family as far in life as I can. And I'm going to be able to do this so much better if I'm in shape, if I'm able to be a good example for my kids, if I'm able to do things for my wife, like carry groceries or run after my kids. Like who knows what you have to do as a dad. Like there's so many dangers out there, and especially like if you want an interesting life, like if you want to take your kids camping or take them like hiking and stuff, you got to be in shape. But I got off track from the point I was trying to make about why you should journal. Like this has just helped me live so much more intentionally. And I think that was my overall problem, is like not living with that intentionality. And this is something I still have to like work on every day. I look at my workout plan before I even drive to the gym. So that way, as I'm driving to the gym, I'm literally thinking through like my weights, kind of like going through a pregame like ritual. Like they say your brain visualizing the workouts is the same as like actually doing it. So I'm already like completing it mentally before I get there. And it makes the workout so much better, is because when you get there, you're kind of just like jazzed to like get your music going and like start eating iron. Like I just feel so much better about it, like living intentionally. And this just goes with like anything in life. If you don't have like any intention behind your life, you're not really living, you're just slowly dying. And where this comes into reality in most people's lives is their job. Most people hate their job, but they're not willing to do anything about it because they're not living intentionally. Like I myself was not living intentionally with my job, and therefore I hated my job too. Like it took me 6 years to realize that fitness is what I actually really love to do, and it's like a job I could do for free. Like it's currently 10 o'clock at night and I'm recording a YouTube video, and I'm gonna be up at 6 o'clock tomorrow just because I love to do it. Like this is my passion. And like you can see the intentionality with me right now. Like I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, you can feel it in my energy. But like I wasn't having that in the gym before. And I guess I probably wasn't having that in my content too. Like I was going up and down and just not being consistent. But yeah, I just cannot speak enough about the benefits of journaling. I think journaling has been a game changer for me. I do forget to do it like every day. I am very bad about it. I need to be way better about it. And it's just like letting my ego go and honestly just getting the habit done and creating that new habit. Because I because before I started journaling, I like had this idea of that journaling was only for like gay guys and girls, and that was really such a stupid take, because it has really helped me a lot with just living intentionally. And it's just something, when you write something down, you're going to think about it more, especially when you start in the morning. So if I can offer one advice to you, it would be just like get a journal before you go to bed, and then when you wake up, like literally if it's just like 5 minutes, just write a couple sentences. It may not make sense to you then, but what it does is it just gets the gears turning early in the morning, and it gets it focused onto what you actually want to achieve in life, rather than like waking up with a doom scroll. And then once you wake up with a doom scroll, you're either going to turn on Netflix in the morning, or you're going to start with a YouTube video. And those things aren't really helping you live intentionally. They're just distractions that are taking you away from your main goal. So that's why you should always use some sort of tool that's going to keep you on your path towards your main goal. But that's pretty much all I had for this video. Like, I'm pumped I made that like revelation on here with you guys. Like, I literally just have to like 2.0 my original desire of like wanting to get a chick, because I got the chick, but the original desire of wanting to get a girl is to have kids, and the ultimate desire is to be the best dad possible. Like, I look at like God as a metaphor for that. Like, they call him a good father, and he's Jesus's father. Maybe he's trying to tell us that like that's the ultimate goal in a man's life, is to be like the best father possible. But that's all I had for this video. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what are your motivations for being in the gym? And I don't care how weird they are, just put it in the comment below. Can't wait to see what you guys leave down there. But that's all I had for you. Gym Tan Beef out.